What do you think of when you hear chick flick? According to dictionary.com, a chick flick is a movie that appeals mainly to women. Does romance come to mind? Maybe the color pink? Maybe even a love triangle? Or do you think of murder, demons, and werewolves?
And all I've got to offer is sensitivity, intelligence, and charm.
Let's talk about the dark underbelly of chick flicks. I've always been interested in why women and girls tend to love dark media.
And when Karen started telling a creepy, horrible, morbid story, I immediately ran across the room and was like, tell me everything, because that's all I want to talk about at parties.
And it was the same moment for me, because as she was running forward, everyone else was running away. So it was an important moment for both of us.
Whether it be true crime podcasts or horror movies, these are things that stereotypes tell us women should dislike. Now, there's a ton of examples of dark media targeted towards women or that women specifically tend to really like. Today we're going to talk about my 3 favorite movies targeted towards women and teenage girls with sinister themes. Let's start with a classic. Heathers is a 1989 dark comedy directed by Michael Lehman. Veronica is a part of the most popular clique at her high school, but she disapproves of the other girls' cruel behavior. When Veronica and her new boyfriend, JD, confront clique leader Heather Chandler and accidentally poison her, they make it appear as if it was a suicide. Soon after, Veronica realizes that Heather Chandler's death was not an accident. She discovers that JD is intentionally killing students he doesn't like. JD tries to convince Veronica that this type of revenge against the school's elite is justified. Heathers perfectly taps into the teen girl's desire for validation and revenge. It also examines the parasocial relationships that plague them, as they bid for the most popular teen's attention. Ask anyone who was ever a teenage girl and they'll tell you that they know a JD. Well, probably minus the murder part. The type of teenage boy with massive main character syndrome. He believes that he's the savior of the world, and he wants you, his girlfriend, obviously, to stand by him while he does it, no matter what it takes. Heathers is great for its dark humor and its relatability. Now let's move on to a movie that's just now getting the recognition it deserves. Jennifer's Body is a 2009 movie written by Diablo Cody. When a demon takes possession of her, high school hottie, Jennifer, turns a hungry eye on guys who never stood a chance with her before. While evil Jennifer satisfies her appetite for human flesh with the school's male population, her nerdy friend, Needy, learns what's happening and vows to put an end to the carnage. This movie is fantastic and did not nearly get the hype it deserved when it came out. And that's because it was marketed towards teenage boys, when in reality, this was a movie for teenage girls. Just like Heathers, it examines parasocial female friendships, like the friendship between Needy and Jennifer. It tackles slut-shaming and the over-sexualization of teen girls in a way that's vindictive and satisfying. Megan Fox's casting as Jennifer is perfect, considering how she was perceived at the time. It's blunt about the issues facing teen girls in a way that's funny and relatable. At the end of the day, Jennifer's Body is the perfect female revenge fantasy. Please, if you can, go give it a watch. You won't regret it. Our final movie is a fairly unknown one that I actually discovered pretty recently. Ginger Snaps is a 2001 movie directed by John Fawcett. The story of 2 outcast sisters, Ginger and Bridget, in the mindless suburban town of Bailey Downs. On the night of Ginger's first period, she is savagely attacked by a wild creature. Ginger's wounds miraculously heal, but something is not quite right. Now Bridget must save her sister and save herself. This movie is such a diamond in the rough. Don't look up the trailer because it's garbage, but if you have access to actually watching it, it's highly recommended. It really digs deep into the relationship between sisters and the pressure put on teen girls once they hit puberty. It's similar to Jennifer's Body in that it really tackles the issue of slut-shaming. Throughout the movie, Ginger's sister Bridget fights to be taken seriously by the adults and the men around her. Again, this is something that anyone who is ever a teenage girl can relate to. Also, it's a movie about a teenage girl who turns into a werewolf, and if that doesn't pique your interest, I don't know what would. So, here's the point. Teenage girls and women at large are angry. Who wouldn't be? Especially teenage girls. Their concerns and interests are rarely taken seriously. Just look at jokes about pumpkin spice lattes or boy bands or whatever. Or more serious things, like concerns about harassment or inappropriate jokes made by male classmates. These movies provide an outlet for that anger. It's a catharsis. It's just girly things. If any of you are interested in the movies I talked about, I'm sure a lot of you have already seen Heather's and Jennifer's Body and maybe Ginger Snaps. I don't know, maybe I'm just really late to this party. Heather's and Ginger Snaps are both available on Shudder. You can get a week free trial, I think. I don't remember exactly how long it was. Unfortunately, Jennifer's Body is not, but you can rent it pretty much anywhere. Amazon, YouTube, whatever. I hope you enjoyed this quick little video about horror movies targeted towards teenage girls. As someone who really likes horror movies, it's a topic that interests me a lot. Why don't you put your favorite horror movie in the comments below? Engagement. Am I right? And if you like this video and want to see more like it, you can click subscribe, ring the bell, like the video, etc., etc. Gotta improve that CTR. And yeah. Bye.